Sarah Ahn of America's Test Kitchen grew up watching and cooking with her mom. In fact, Nam Soon is the real TikTok star of the channel, delighting millions as they cook Korean family recipes side by side. And now their cookbook, UMMA, is out. It's a love letter to Korean home cooking. And Sarah is in the kitchen with me while mom is close by on a comfy couch to keep an eye on us. Welcome to you both.
Thank you so much for having us. We're super excited.
I love this mother-daughter duo. That's got to be so exciting and special to cook together.
Yeah.
And congratulations are in order for both of y'all, because I just heard that this hit #2 on the New York Times best-selling list.
Yes, it did, and we're super blessed and super honored that it did hit #2.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you're gonna walk me through something special that we're making today. What are we getting our hands dirty with today?
So we today are making cilantro kimchi. That's what we nicknamed it at home. That's what my grandma called it. It's a Northern Korean recipe. Very, very special recipe that you might not find online or in other cookbooks. But we felt like it was very important to include because it's such a central recipe to Koreans who were born in Northern Korea.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right here we have already sliced Korean radish. You can find Korean radish at the Korean market. It's different from daikon radish. But if you don't have Korean radish, you could use daikon if you need to.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
And this tastes amazing in the winter. It's nice and crisp, and radish is a big produce that we use in Korean cooking. We use it for kimchi, we use it for soups, everything you can imagine.
Radishes, we love it. I'm obsessed with radishes too, but I don't think I've ever tried a Korean radish.
No.
So I'm intrigued.
And then we cut it up very, very thin. In Korean cooking, knife work is very important. It's very easy to do, and Korean cooking is very simple, but as the most challenge you might get is the knife work that you see here is cut thin. And all we're gonna do is season it all up with some sesame seeds.
Love it. Do you think that there's a difference in taste with the Korean radish compared to the daikon?
I would say so. Korean radish, it's a bit sharper.
Okay.
It's very distinct. It has a nice crisp taste to it. So we do recommend getting the Korean radish. And
is that garlic?
That's
going
garlic.
in?
Garlic is something we always use, and a bit of Korean red chili flakes, known as gochugaru.
Ah, very nice.
And then we're gonna add in some fish sauce. Fish sauce is always a must in Korean cooking. It adds a nice umami taste.
Yeah.
And then plum extract. Plum extract is a sweetener that Koreans use. It has like a multi-dimensional sweetening effect to it that's a bit more than sugar.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yum, I'm really excited. Okay, what's next?
And then this is just good old white vinegar.
Okay.
Nothing fancy. Sometimes my mom uses apple cider vinegar, apple vinegar, whatever we have on hand. It just adds a nice tang to it.
Depends on her mood.
Exactly.
What she wants to use. Okay.
And then here is just good old sugar. This is for the one-dimensional sweetness. It's also a flavor enhancer, and we like to use sugar, which is more of a modern ingredient, as Koreans didn't have sugar readily available until the 1950s.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm gonna wear my gloves.
Yes.
I know not everyone wears gloves, but when it comes to Korean cooking, you'll find Koreans typically wear gloves when it comes to meat, mixing things that has spices in it. Some don't, it's just up to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's obviously so we're not like touching our eyes or like,
Exactly.
you know, getting some spices in there, and then potentially with some of the coloring, right, can dye your...
And the garlic smell and taste, it's just nice to wear gloves.
Hey.
All right, so we're gonna just go ahead and mix all of this up.
Beautiful.
Until it's nicely coated and red.
I feel like you said this is like great for like winter, but like spring, summer, this feels like a yummy, like crisp, delicious meal for right now.
Exactly. It's a dish that you could really enjoy any time of the year. It does taste best when this produce is in season, which is in the winter time.
Okay.
But obviously when it's springtime, when it's still cold, it still tastes very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, when it's all yummy and mixed together, which I can smell the garlic and everything, it smells fantastic. What's next?
Cilantro.
Cilantro.
And you can add as much as you want or as little as you
Wow,
want.
yeah.
If you love cilantro, add more. If you're not a big fan of it or you're still learning about this ingredient, add less.
And you're not like finely chopping, you can just put it in as is and mix it.
Yes, this was chopped a bit just so it's not too long so that you don't choke on it. But it doesn't have to be chopped very fine because it's going to wilt in all the seasoning.
Amazing.
Yes.
Okay, and how has it been, you know, making this cookbook with your mom?
It's been very special. I think when it comes to cooking, it's very rare to collect all your family's recipes. And so making this cookbook forced us to collect all her recipes, which is has always been a goal of mine. So it's a huge honor, and we're just so excited to share it with everyone.
Yes, and your TikTok channel has been so focused. You were living at home with your parents, and much of it is right now where you're cooking with your mom. And she's just gotten huge. I mean, people love her, right?
Right, they love her because she's just a great person. She's very honest. That's why it's called Honest Kitchen. Likewise with myself, and it's just been a pleasure of people seeing our life, a very ordinary life that they like. And so it's an honor. Well,
we love that she's here today and watching us too, to make sure that we're doing everything right, Mom? Okay. Okay, how are we doing? Is it time to taste test?
That is it. That's as simple as it gets.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so while I'm taste testing, were you surprised with how people responded to the videos, or do you feel like you always knew your mom and y'all were going to be a star?
We were pretty surprised just because we just showcase a very ordinary life.
Aww.
My dad paints for a living, not like in an artistic way. He paints the outside of homes for a living. My mom used to own a restaurant, and so we live a very ordinary life. So to see everyone resonate with our stories and relate to us, even though it's not the most glamorous, it was very heartwarming, and we love it.
And there was a video that I absolutely love that I saw on TikTok that you talked about the love that your mom gives through food. So can you talk about that video in particular?
Yes. So in my mom's generation, and for many people who come from the Asian background, saying I love you is not a thing. Hugging each other is really not a thing. It's changing with each generation, but they show love through their actions, primarily food. So if they want to ask for forgiveness, they give food. If they want to say, I love you, you did so well, they celebrate with food. And so food is a big way that love is shown to each other, and it's a way that we honor each other through this magical food.
And how has it been with America's Test Kitchen too?
I couldn't have asked for a better publisher. Everything was tested very rigorously, where my mom developed the recipes and then we sent it to ATK, America's Test Kitchen, and then they had me retest all the recipes as a non-professional cook, but a home cook. And then I submitted it to ATK, and then that's what made the book.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Wow, this dish is amazing.
Yes.
I like the heat on it and everything. The sesame seeds, the garlic.
Yes.
Fantastic. And what are some of your other favorite dishes too that are in the cookbook that you want people to know about?
Ooh, there's a dessert section in this book. My uncle is a pastry chef, a very well-known pastry chef in SoCal. We have the milk cream donuts with 2 inches of cream. We have lunchbox cake, which is a mini cake that serves 2 to 3 people, so there's no food waste, and it's just not too sweet and just perfect, and my favorite section of the book.
Oh wow, that's so amazing again to have you and your mom be able to put this book together. Thank you so much for being here, both of y'all, and teaching me about this delicious salad. I so appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
And Sarah and Nam Soon will have a book signing event tonight, April 14th at the Book Larder in Seattle. It starts at 6 p.m., so just go to Book Larder's website for tickets and more information.
The New Day Northwest Kitchen is brought to you by Safeway.